Welcome back to Planet Phobia. Let's take a look at 10 truly insane horror movie plots.
We spend our lives in search of the other half. If you think you found that, don't be so quick to let it go.
Boom, here we go. Kicking off the list, we've got Together. This one is brand spanking new, hot off the presses, and stars Dave Franco and Allison Brie. Together has a plot that's truly insane. When Tim and Millie decide to relocate to a more secluded location, things quickly go to shit when the couple go for a hike and fall down a sinkhole.
We've got to get out of here.
Only to discover what can only be described as an underground temple with a strange pool. Thirsty, Tim takes a drink and he and Millie prepare to spend the night. Together hasn't been spoken about highly compared to its other peers released at the same time, but honestly this one is a good watch. So if falling into an underground temple isn't crazy enough, the true plot twist to this one is becoming entangled with your partner. I'm not going to elaborate too much and try to stay spoiler free here, but this movie revolves around becoming whole. When you and your partner actually become one physical person, but still retaining all your thoughts and emotions, becoming perfectly combined in a holy union.
You know, this could be the beginning
When you roll over, then you're on my hair.
of something wonderful.
Tim.
Let's just say this transformation works for some, but others, however, don't fully make the transition, which leads to some horrifying consequences. This one dives into relationships, codependency, and just watching the couple begin to join one another, and the steps they take to prevent it are just amazing. Not to mention the perfect timing of the Spice Girls song When Two Become One.
Whiskey for the pain.
Strange Harvest comes from the same team that brought us Grave Encounters. This one masquerades as a true crime documentary, and it pulls it off well enough. The murders and the perpetrator of these murders are insane and next level. We eventually learn there is a method to the killer's madness, which all leads up to the ending. Here, the plot changes from a cat and mouse game between a serial killer and the authorities, who try to track him down, and turns into a cosmic horror ritualistic cult movie. This one is kinda mid to me, but the plot truly is insane and worth your time if you want to check this one out.
Leave while you can! No!
Sandy.
Horror has found a new home.
House is a 1985 cult classic that mixes laughs and the scares equally, pulling off one of the best horror comedies of the decade. House begins with a very serious tone. We're talking about PTSD from the Vietnam War, a child going missing, and a family member taking their own life. But by the end of this one, we get some of the craziest creature designs, a ghost dimension, a mounted swordfish coming to life, a zombified soldier, and all this while neighbor Harold, played by George Wendt, provides the laughs.
Last year, audiences everywhere thrilled to a terrifying film about the horrors of home ownership. House. Now, there's an all-new House.
It's like you got some kind of alternate universe in there or something.
With brand new owners.
Charlie. Got it.
The 1987 release of the aptly named House 2, The Second Story, is a standalone sequel that only loosely connects to the plot of the first movie. House 2 had me scratching my head when I first watched this 80s oddball. The plot is all over the place, but somehow, it works. When a yuppie couple, Jesse and Kate, move into an old mansion, they learn about the mystical power of a crystal skull. Dig up Jesse's ancestor Gramps, who then reanimates and wastes no time with his newfound lease on life by pounding the beers and dancing up a storm. All of this happens while traveling through time portals within the house that takes Jesse to different historic eras, from dinosaurs to Aztec warriors and Old West gunslingers. From great practical effects to surreal landscapes and awkward comedy, House 2 has it all, even a role played by Bill Mayer. If you're looking for a movie with a crazy plot and haven't seen this title yet, give it a try. The Coffee Table. This 2022 Spanish horror movie has a very infamous plot, one that induces tension for the entirety of the movie. Every time I do any research on this title, it always comes up as a dark comedy and I just don't get it. I guess you'd have to be a real sicko to find this one funny. If anything, it's super off-putting, and for me, it made me feel like I needed to take a shower. I'm not going any more in depth with this one so as to not give away what the whole movie revolves around, but I'm curious. Have you seen The Coffee Table? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comments.
Hello?
This is Franky.
Yeah, buddy. Are you ready?
Ready for what?
To party, my man!
Yes! I'm ready to party!
Here we
Franky Freako is a very odd and divisive movie. For some, it may be a strange good time. For others, it'll probably miss the mark. Personally, I fall somewhere in the middle. It's watchable, but I'm not going back for seconds anytime soon. Inspired by films like Gremlins and Ghoulies, in Franky Freako we follow Connor, a workaholic who doesn't know how to unwind and have a good time. He calls upon the services of world-famous party animal Franky Freako and his two accomplices. A good time soon turns into a nightmare as all hell breaks loose. If you want something completely different to watch this weekend and like your movies on the quirky side, go ahead and check out Franky Freako. The Outwaters. This found-footage horror movie documents what happened to a group of friends in the Mojave Desert back in 2017. What starts as a music video shoot amongst friends spirals into a blood-soaked fever dream. Their doom is first brought on by booming sounds in the distance, earthquakes, and animal noises coming out of thin air. As the rocks of the Mojave start to whisper to the friends, a murderous spree begins. White lights in the sky, worms, and doppelgangers round out the twisted plot in this hallucinogenic nightmare of a horror.
He steals them away in his bag.
Bagman?
It's an old spooky story.
Bagman. When a man down on his luck must move his family back to his childhood home, his past comes back to haunt him. The plot to Bagman may be straightforward as far as horror movies go, but encountering a paranormal entity that carries around a decaying duffel bag searching for victims is still pretty bonkers. The Bagman is said to be part of the local folklore, and this creature is on the hunt for well-behaved children feeding on their vulnerability and fear. This movie has been kicked around a little. Let's just say the critics aren't fans, but if you have an hour and a half to kill and want to see something watchable, screw the critics and give Bagman a watch. Stopmotion is an underrated horror gem, and I had a great time watching this one, but let's just say the plot is a little out there. When a famous stop-motion animator falls ill, she leaves her unfinished work for her daughter Ella to finish. After this, the movie goes straight bananas. Ella begins to hallucinate and finds herself questioning what's real and what's fantasy. As a neighborhood girl finds herself a part of Ella's life, she begins to help Ella with her project in dark and twisted ways. Requiring Ella to use something dead when creating her stop-motion creature known as Ashman. We question whether the creatures Ella makes truly come to life or if Ella is suffering a severe mental breakdown. Whatever that answer is gets revealed in the final act. What makes an artist's creation come to life? What sacrifice is Ella willing to make to see her art take on a life of its own? To find the answers, go and watch Stop Motion, a movie that I highly recommend. The last movie we'll explore today is an underground paranormal cult movie you've probably never heard of, and one you need to use in caution when seeking out. Porno is a 2019 horror comedy set in the 90s that follows 5 friends who work at an old movie theater. This movie is no masterpiece, but damn it, it makes for a fun watch. So the theater is run by a guy who runs like a Bible study and comes off very holier than thou. Later in this movie, we find out this guy is just your run-of-the-mill perv who shouldn't be lecturing anybody on how to live their lives. Anyway, he tells the crew that they can pick out a movie to watch once they're done cleaning around the theater. With their options being A League of Their Own or Encino Man, they opt for another more sultry selection. Finding an old X-rated movie covered with dust, they throw it on the projector, unknowingly releasing a succubus, and this bitch is bad. From here, the shenanigans become legendary. Creepy old dudes running around and a blocked-off basement in the theater that hides dark cult secrets. Can the friends muster the courage and defeat the succubus, or will her deceiving charm be the ruin of them? For a crazy good time and a plot that's just too bizarre, I recommend this low-budget horror gem to any fan of the genre. There we have it, horror fans, a look at 10 movies with truly insane plots. I hope you enjoyed today's list. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment and hit that subscribe button. Until next time, this is Planet Phobia signing off, and as always, wishing you good luck on your horror journey.